Well, let's get started. This is a way to get to the class itself, and we'll take a look at the syllabus as the first thing. So to get to the class itself, which I think you guys know already here, you go to the West Hills College Coalinga website. You'll log in as the My West Hills tab. So that gets you to the login page or the West Hills portal page. This you probably know very well because you had to do this in order to even get to your classes. And so after that, and after you put in your credentials, mine goes in automatically. And then you're going to go to Access My Courses right over here on the right-hand side. And once we go there, you should see all the classes that you are taking. Oh, no, there's my login page. Let me do that. All right, you should see all the classes that you are taking that the instructors have wanted to be web enhanced, or they are actually a online class. So for us, this is ours right here. Before we even get there, just kind of a quick little peek about me here. There's a little profile. If you want to add your own profile, I do read them as well. But just real quick here, who I am Arkady Hunji. I've taught here for about 15 years already. Previously to that, I taught 6 years at a high school, and I taught everything from algebra all the way to calculus there. But I got my bachelor's degree from Fresno State, went on for a scholarship, and went to Fresno Pacific on that to get my master's degree. Seriously, I thoroughly enjoy teaching West Hills College. Just like you, I did go to Fresno City College the first 2 years, so I am a community college, former community college student as well. And so there it is. If you want to put your own profile, since this is an online class, it's kind of really hard to get to know each other. It's not like classroom. So if you want to put a profile picture of yours and a quick little biography, that'll be awesome. I do read them as we progress through this semester as well. And I'll usually have my little comments and stuff to it as well. Anyways, back to our classes. To get to your courses, click on courses, and you should have a whole bunch of stuff over here. The one that we're looking for is the Math015 C02 for the spring 2019 semester. And when you click on it, it's going to look a little bit different to you. This is the teacher view. So let me just quickly change it up to a student view. Except you won't see this little pink border around everything here. But here's the student view. Should look like this. And just real quickly here, you're going to have some modules before I get done with this here. But let's go to the syllabus first, just to make sure you understand it. Make sure we all understand it. If you have any questions, please email me. But Math015, it's a pre-calculus class. It is online. And the textbook that you need is this guy right here. Now, just a quick little thing about the textbook. Question always comes up. Mr. H, do I need a textbook for the class? You do. Officially, you do. But you don't need to have a physical textbook in your hand. And the reason for it is once you sign up for the Mymathlab, or MyLab, which is math, there is an ebook on there already. So unless you really want to pay an extra $200 for the textbook, or maybe go to Amazon or Chegg, they'll be a little cheaper. If you want to just go with the ebook, that's pretty fine and dandy. All right, my name is Arkady Hunjiev. I usually go by Mr. H. My office number is right there. My email is right there. And hopefully you got into this class because you have passed Math 63, or you took a test, or you passed an equivalent class. But we're going to go through a lot of objectives. This is kind of like the class it's the catch-all from algebra before you get to calculus. So we got to do those 18 things. You got to know them, as it's the groundwork to get us into calculus. All right. Also, I realize not all of you guys are going to go into calculus. So this is almost, in a sense, the end of a lot of your career, as it were, as a math student. So this is kind of like the tippy top of algebra, and we go into some trigonometry. That's kind of the end of it. All right, student learning outcomes are 4 things that the math faculty get together, and we talk about what is really the essentials of the class, and kind of there they are. This semester there will not be a test. Sometimes there are a test on these, but this semester is not the semester we assess those. Institutional student learning outcomes, what are those? If you kind of think about any class that you've ever taken at West Hills College, should have fallen under one of those 7 categories. For this class in particular, we fall under quantitative reasoning, reasoning with numbers. That's what we fall underneath here. Anyways, let's look at the crux of the class here. So first things first, there's going to be lectures in the class. They are pretty much links to the YouTube videos that I have created as I have taught this class in the past. Pretty much the way I've organized it is that I have some notes for you guys to print out. You use those notes to follow along in the lecture. And once you finish off the lecture and you have confidence, then you go on to do the homework or the online homework on the MyLab site. So the MyLab site, I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in just a bit here. You do have to register for it if you don't have one. If you do have an account already, that's even easier. You do have a due date that is set for each assignment, and that is going to be due 1 minute before midnight each day. For the homework, there is an unlimited amount of attempts you can do on the homework as long as you get it right. That's the whole point of homework. All right, for Chapter 1, though, in particular, because people are still starting out, they're getting their classes, they're getting everything organized, just for Chapter 1, I'm very lenient on the homework due dates. In fact, I stretched everything out to January 30th for Chapter 1. Starting Chapter 2, then there's going to be a very prescribed day which homework is due. So just leniency on Chapter 1, but after that, no leniency. There are also chapter exams, which you guys will go through. And now this one, just a little bit more tough here. You do have only 4 attempts to get it right. After that, you do have to go with the incorrect answer there. So very important. I underlined it as well here. So for attendance, first of all, for you to stay in the class, you need to email me today, which is the first day of class, and tell me your name, and pretty much in the email somewhere say, I want to stay in the class. And that tells me that you understood, you're already logged in, and you're ready to go with the class. Additionally, you have 1 week to sign up for the Mymathlab. There is a 14-day free trial version, so you don't have to sort of spend any money up front. And once you decide this is the class that you want to take and take for this rest of the semester, the cost for the Mymathlab is around $80 or $90, right in that range. Like I said, it comes with the ebook already, so you have everything you need for the class at around $80, $90. All right, as far as attendance goes, as you progress through the class, if you do not complete 4 homework sections or skip the midterm exam, that's pretty much grounds to drop you. And I want to say, if you want to drop the class, please make sure you do it yourself. Don't think that just because not showing up on the midterm that I'm going to drop you. It just means I have grounds to drop you. All right, the midterm. So first things first is just like the chapter test, you only have 4 chances with it. On the midterm, you only have 2 chances to attempt to get the correct answer. And also, beyond that, there's a 10% penalty on your second try. So the way it works in my mind is if you have done your homework and you've done it well, and you've progressed up to the chapter tests, and chapter tests are going well, that's how I build them. I pretty much, the midterm is built off of the previous homework and the chapter tests as a hierarchy. All right, I do not have the exact classroom and time that we'll be taking the midterm, but I'll find out very soon. So I just put the week that it's going to be on. And then also, most likely it's going to be a Wednesday or Thursday of that week. And I'll give you more information when we get closer. The final, exactly the same thing. 2 attempts. The second attempt gets you a 10% penalty. This is the finals week, May 20 to the 24th. It's finals week, and most likely it'll probably be like a Wednesday or Thursday of that week. But I will give you the information as soon as I am able to do so. So the question is, on this midterm final, where can you take it? Well, if you live more than 70 miles away from Kalinga, you're able to take it in the nearest university or college. It has to be a proctored exam, and it has to be proctored at an academic institution. Now, if you do live close to Lemoore, and if you want to take the test there, you do have to contact the GED lab, and they will tell you some further things you have to do in order to set up the proctor. All right, or if you live next to the NDC or the Firebaugh campus, the same thing applies. Call the Firebaugh campus, or you can go and visit the front desk. They will give you information on how you should go about filling out the proctor forms, and so there's a few steps that need to happen. So if you can get that done maybe by the tail end of January, if you decide to stay in the class, that would be the best, so that we can all have it arranged. So if you live more than 70 miles away and not near the Lemoore or the Firebaugh campuses, then you're expected to, if you live less than 70 miles away, not near Lemoore or Firebaugh, then you're expected to come to the Kalinga campus for both of those. All right, moving on. Contacting the instructor. Just a little tidbit on that, and you guys can read that yourself here. I am going to hold office hours. They're going to be virtual office hours. And I'll send out a link once everything is set up. Usually it's going to be about the second week of class. And it's going to be about 2 hours for us just to interact. There'll be a little whiteboard. If you have a microphone or something that you can use to talk, we can set that up. And then you can talk to me, or there'll be a little chat window that you can chat. And I can solve the problems or have any other questions for the class. All right, just for you guys to know, off the catalog here, the drop date for the class is the 12th of April, and after that there's going to be a letter grade received after that. So the point system, the way it works is online homework is worth 200. All the chapters that's combined is going to be worth 200 points, the midterm and the final, and you have to score 800 per perfection, and anything that is based upon a scale. One more thing about the scale is the fact that you do have to score in the proctored exams. You do have to score at least a 70 in order to get a passing grade in the class. And there's a further explanation about that right there if you want to read a little bit more into that. But you can't just get really, really high scores in the homework and the post tests and then come and completely flunk the midterm or final, think you're going to pass. All right, and then just the last bit here, conduct. This is taken right from the Board of Trustees in summary. If you're caught cheating, plagiarizing, or any conduct that is disturbing or against school policy, it means that you will be removed from the class itself. Beyond that, West Hills College does have a lot of support services. If you just read the list, if you think you qualify for any one of those, you may contact them. The phone number is in the catalog for each one of them. One in particular that I want to mention is a Disabled Students Program and Services. So if you think that you qualify for that, please make, or if you already have accommodations that are set for you, please notify me within the first 2 weeks of the course. All right, so in summary, there's a syllabus. If you do have any other questions off the syllabus that was not explicitly stated, please email me, and I'm going to compile a question and answer form maybe, and then I can send that out to you in an email to all the other students to make sure that is clarified with everybody else. All right, thank you so much.